Well, you know me, I've always got more to say, and I realized I wanted to mention one more thing that's near the end of William's introduction. Uh, this is the big paragraph on page 10, and while she's talking about something that's going to be in the last chapter, I just thought I'd alert us to it. She talks in that chapter about a movement I had never heard of till reading this. She writes about 10 lines, 8 lines down in that big paragraph on page 10. I also introduce, like in the last chapter, the Universal Hagar's spiritual churches, which bear the name, obviously, of Hagar in the Bible. Most of my knowledge of the Hagar churches has come from personal visits, conversations, and from the work of Hans Baer, who has produced the only extended study of the Universal Hagar's spiritual churches that I could find. No scholar has focused extensively upon women in the Hagar's churches. So she's going to talk to us about this group. You can Google it and find out more about the Universal Hagar's spiritual churches, or you can wait till that last chapter. But I Googled it and found that it was founded, I think, early in the 20th century by an African American man, but and a man who grew up in more conventional Christianity. At some point, got attracted to what's known as spiritualism, and in North America, spiritualism is a kind of religious stream that emphasizes, spiritualists might do seances, let's say, or things like that, or a lot more attention or interest in spirits of various sorts. I think, according to Wi-Fi, what's it called? Wikipedia? What's that thing called? Is that what it is? Google? Wikipedia. This founder may have drawn significantly like on African spiritual traditions. Obviously, there's some Christianity in there, a lot of emphasis on Hagar. I think, in fact, she figures in their logo pretty significantly. I didn't get a good look at it. Not a whole lot of churches in the country, at least according to the internet. It started back east, and most of their congregations, few though they be, are back east. But they do list out west here, one in Las Vegas, and one, don't ask me why, in Fresno, California. So we do have apparently one group of folks, and I don't know how large, in Fresno that are part of this Universal Hagar Spiritual Church. So we'll learn more about that later. The other thing I wanted to use this for is to say that I'm going to add now, like below this little short video, a piece from YouTube. There were two that I was trying to decide between on because I wanted you to hear "We've Come This Far by Faith," other than just my little solo. And there's one that's a live choir, and it's good. But I think the one I'm going to post is a great choir rendition, but with still photographs. And I think they're all the same church, a Baptist church in the South, except I think actually two of the photos may be of the church in Alabama. I think it was Mobile, Alabama, where Martin Luther King was a pastor prior to serving in Atlanta. And I think it was in this church in Alabama that they were bombed. I don't know if it was KKK, but something like that. Some folks tossed a bomb or planted a bomb that did some damage, pretty extensive damage to that church, and killed, if I remember correctly, 4 young girls, Sunday school kids. So it was sometime, during or between Sunday school and morning worship, and killed several children. And I think there are a couple pictures of that. There's a church, and I think you'll see water from a fire hose on it, and then some ruins. Unless those pictures are also from this very same church that's kind of doing a photo history. It could be their own church, and it might have been bombed too. Lord have mercy. But look at it. Watch the stills. It gives you, like I had never been to a black church worship service, as I said, until I was in seminary. And this isn't the same thing, but there's some great pictures of little children and older folks, and it just gives a little bit of a sense, I think, of the community that African American churches and encouragement and empowerment that these congregations provide, along with this great song, "We've Come This Far by Faith." It is part of your assignment.